Good morning, good morning. Coffee Cup Chronicle day 58, I believe. Look at that. Claws off my coffee. Chesapeake Bay. Oh, and it's got some good coffee in there this morning. It's always got good coffee in there. My first sip on a Monday morning. Hey, folks, how are you this morning? How y'all are? As Justin Wilson used to say. I have a little coffee girls. I use a French press. Hey, so Chesapeake Bay, the first time across the Chesapeake Bay, 1968, with my mom and dad and both my brothers in the car. We were on the way from Washington, D.C., Arlington, Virginia, where my aunt and uncle lived, down to see my other aunt and uncle, who were in Tidewater, Virginia, which is Hampton, Newport News area of Virginia. Now, I didn't know it then. My Uncle Jack was in the Air Force, and he was stationed at Langley Air Force Base. But now jet forward like 30, 40 years, I guess. I don't even know now. So this was about 8 or 9 years ago. We had come up from Jackson, South Carolina, where I lived, to Buffalo. And on the way home, I detoured. My dad taught me that. Every time we went into Washington, D.C., or every time we went down to see my aunt and uncle, or to pick up my grandfather on Memorial Day, and or take him back on Labor Day, my dad always took a scenic detour. He always missed the cutoff to go into Arlington, Virginia, and we would end up in D.C. Memories. Anyway, jet forward. We're on the way back, and I had a whole week and a half or whatever. So we went over to New York City. We saw 3 or 4 things over there. We went down to Philadelphia and went down through D.C. And, I wanted to go across the Chesapeake Bay again. So we went across Chesapeake Bay. You go out and all of a sudden the road just disappears. It may still be the longest bridge tunnel in the world. I'm not sure about that. I know at the time for years and years it was. But I looked off to the right, looking into the west, into the bay, and here come a ship. So I quickly, we got through it, come up the other side. I made a right on the first big road I could find. And we found this restaurant that was right there in the bay and sat out there, and we had some seafood. But guess what it was? The Carl Vinson aircraft carrier. Now, I'd seen an aircraft carrier before. I've been on top of one. There's one in New York City Harbor on display. But to see this massive ship out in the water going by, unbelievable. Now jet forward another bunch of years, like this past year. My niece, Casey, she got married to Luke Cantrell. Luke was in Aiken County Sheriff Department. He quit. He joined the Navy. Thank you for your service, Luke. Seriously. Well, guess what ship he got assigned to? The Carl Vinson. And he just came off a tour on it. He was out, I don't remember, for 90 or 120 days. I don't remember how long. But can you imagine seeing that ship? And that had to be a bunch of years ago. And it may have been more than 8 or 9. It might have been 10 or 12. But now knowing someone who serves on the Carl Vincent aircraft carrier. Came into the Chesapeake Bay. You know what else is neat about the Chesapeake Bay? Fishing is fantastic. My dad never fished with us, but one time we went out on a saltwater boat out in Tampa Bay. Bill, Dan, Don, my dad, all of us. We had a great time. But my dad didn't fish when we were kids. What he did do is he would tell us stories about going crabbing. They would sit on the docks and put their toes in the water, and then when the crab bit, they would throw their legs back and throw the crab back up on shore and then go grab it. That's how they used to crab. That was right outside Portsmouth, Virginia. That's where my dad was born. That's where us Turlingtons come from. So, Chesapeake Bay, keep your claws off my coffee. Hey, y'all go out there and have a great day. It's Monday! Yeah, Jerry, I know. Sorry. You got to go to work. All of y'all have to work, and I have a bunch of friends that still do. Thank you. Your time's coming to enjoy time like this. See y'all later.